ascending to Jericho City. Camel dust heralds our arrival. New Christ.
But we've got, is it Alonzo?
Yes.
How you doing, Alonzo?
Hanging in there.
Good deal. So, so what do you want to talk about?
Well, I was going to ask you, once in your lifetime, were you ever involved in church or a Christian once?
Yes.
Maybe when, a long time ago or something? When you were younger?
Yeah.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
So, what happened? I mean, what happened?
Well, in my case, here the short version is I was studying with the intent of becoming a minister and fulfilling my obligation under 1 Peter 3:15, and so I decided that I was going to come up with and analyze the arguments for and against the existence of God, to have answers ready to be able to convince people that, you know, what I believed was true and lead them to Jesus.
Well,
and what I found was that my beliefs were not supported by evidence or reason, that despite any attempts to seek a God or pray or get an answer or guidance, none of that happened. And then I found that there was massive amounts of evidence that contradicted things that I believed. And I decided I cared whether or not my beliefs were true. And as soon as I did that, then I had to come up with a way to analyze whether or not my belief was true or not yet proven to be true. And anything that was not yet proven to be true was rejected.
Well, you know, I'm not like in church, or I've never really been in church, maybe like a handful of times, right? And I don't really read the Bible, you know, but I do believe in God. And, well, for one, in Revelations, it's happening. It's coming true, you know? You know what I mean?
No.
Everything's coming
Well, we don't
true.
know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, first of all, do you have a reason? Do you have a reason why you believe there's a God?
If we just read the newspaper, turn on the TV, from Austin across the world, everything is happening negative, and it's not going to get better. Do you think the world's going to get better?
First of all,
Honestly.
Well, there's so many ways to look at that. I mean, you can go through any point in history, before the Christian religion was around, before the Bible was around. You can look at periods of great strife, and you can look at periods of a great flowering of growth in the human race. We go through periods that are good and periods that are bad.
So,
we're in a really bad period right now. To me, that would seem to argue against the idea of a God watching over us and looking after us, but I know a lot of people have other different views on that.
Right.
To me, I don't think that you can conclude anything just based upon...
Right.
Go ahead.
How about the mark of the beast, the Antichrist?
Yeah, we've heard
the guy who's going to change the world, which is, people say it's Obama, you know?
Well, because
okay,
those people are idiots.
Stop. First of all, give me, I have a Bible right here, actually. I've got it open, Revelation. Give me something in Revelation that...
I've never really read Revelation.
Then how the hell can you possibly say that the things in Revelation are coming true?
Yeah.
What's not coming true?
If you haven't read it,
Yeah.
and you don't know, what are you doing? You're just listening to somebody else who tells you what it says?
I mean, what's not coming true, though?
Well, what are you claiming? What are you claiming is coming true? What are you claiming that Revelation
What's
says?
not purple?
Yeah. I mean, what are you claiming that Revelation
You're
says?
claiming that something is purple, and then when I say
true,
what,
it's happening, everything.
What everything? How can you know what the everything is that's supposed to be happening if you haven't read the passage?
I don't know. How about Revelation 1:1? You want to start from there? Oh wait, you've never read it.
No, I haven't read it, but people read it tell me, well, anyway.
So basically, you believe what people tell you.
No, because it's true. You can feel it. You know, the devil's strong. The devil, he keeps you awake. Like
the devil doesn't keep me awake.
The devil wants you to be an atheist, so you can forget about God, and then pretty soon the government's gonna ban out, like how they're doing now, slowly, and just like Alex Jones is saying, this is like with the terrorists and Bush 9/11. This is Revelation.
How many code words can you get into your response without actually saying a damn thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Bush, 9/11, terrorists, devils.
You're basically trying to say bad stuff is happening, so that means that Bible prophecies are true, even though I cannot refer to a specific Bible prophecy that refer to these bad things because I haven't read them. I mean,
And by the way,
you have no basis
even
for
if
any
you
of the stuff you're claiming.
even if you could, the fact that you can match something up with a book doesn't mean that everything else in the book's going to be true.
So
It doesn't mean that the book predicted it, because people have been predicting end times and saying we're living in the end times since the beginning times.
Yeah. So I guess you don't believe in good and evil, right?
How did you get to that?
Yeah, that's a complete non sequitur. Yeah, you are making claims.
And you got the Creator.
You are making claims that the Bible
down
says
to your
that the
Creator.
Bible has predicted that certain events that are occurring now will be occurring, and that is somehow proof of the Bible. And then when we ask you, well, what specific thing in Revelation are you talking about? You said, I haven't read it. So why should we take anything that you have to say on this subject seriously at all? You are just pulling this stuff out of your hat. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't have any frame of reference for what you're saying. And frankly, you're just making a fool of yourself at this point.
This is true. So what? All that I'm saying is not happening from the government.
The government, the big evil government has done what this week that is specifically referred to in the Bible? Name a thing. Name a thing.
How did you get to this idea about good and evil? I mean, I realize that you're not actually forming syllogisms, but I would like to get from A to B, and I'd like to finish a damn sentence before you start answering me. Can I do that?
Is there a point to any?
Now you can explain. Go ahead.
Man, I mean, there is such thing as demons. Okay,
how do you know?
Let's get to evil. Let's get to evil, because there's nobody. This world is wicked, and this world is evil.
You just said there is such a thing as demons, and how do you know?
Wicked, evilness. Where does it come from? Where does it come from? From
evil. Evil is a label that we put on actions, and people take actions, and they can be good or evil. Where do you get to demons from?
Yeah. Man, you know what? I really, honestly, really wish that there was no Satan or devil. You know.
Well, congratulations. All the evidence seems to point to the fact that there isn't.
You're in luck, Alonzo. Alonzo, here's what we are trying to get to tell you, and I think we should move on. Here's what we are trying to tell you, Alonzo. When you want to argue something, when you want to take a position on something, and you want to convince somebody, let's say you have an opinion, okay? You've got an opinion on this. You have, okay, you have an opinion on this. Alonzo, listen to me. Listen. What we're trying to get you to do, okay, is before you try to present your opinion to somebody else as a question or a challenge and say, this says this, you got to think it through. You got to do two things. First off, you've got to actually study what it is that you think supports your position. You've got to actually come up with a position. You actually have to be able to say, here are things that I think the Bible has predicted accurately. Here are the references in the Bible that point to this. Now, what do you have to say about that? You haven't done any of this. You are just talking off the top of your head. This is where you run into a problem here. You're not making sense because you haven't even thought through what it is you think you believe.
And just a second ago.
So you need to study what it is you think you believe first before you begin to try to challenge other people with it. And you haven't even done the basics yet.
And just a second ago, you said 5 years from now, the world is going to be changed.
Okay, so
could you possibly be more vague? It's changed from the way it was 5 years ago.
So, I guess you're saying that this planet has been created by science, by however it's been proven.
Man, I need Advil at this point.
Right? So the world is made up by science. We got water, we got trees, we got grass, we got air, we got...
Trees, goodbye. I was just waiting for you to say, look at the trees.
I was wondering when it was gonna, Look, the fireworks those are great fun, but...
I know another book you've never read, a science book.
I know another book he's never read, which is a book at all of any kind, probably.
It
doesn't have.
Hang on, because it's not.
We don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to pound on the guy.
Now that I've
hung
up on the guy, it would be unfair.
You're right.
Ever haunted on the drive. Now they're the 70 Jericho.